Hey everyone, this is Jonas from Island Works. Sometimes I ask myself if building a car is really about the journey or the destination of racing the car, and actually it's both, of course. Today, however, is not about the journey. Today is about the destination. This is the Porsche 964 Tribe Hangout 2021 edition. We have gathered every 964 we could find in Sweden, as well as some other guests coming from outside of Sweden, Germany and so on. And what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 action-packed days of driving the 964, tinkering around with it, doing some driver exercises, learning a lot about our cars and ourselves as drivers. And have a look at this. This is quite a crowd we've filled up this day with here. And as you can see, Porsche 964 seems to be a pretty popular car by the looks of it. Today we are at Ljungbyhed, which is an old airstrip turned into a racetrack. Tomorrow we'll be at Knutstorp and we're gonna have a lot of fun. Something I love about track days is the first minutes when everyone is just getting ready. You hear the car starting one by one, heating up a little bit, making sure your safety harnesses where it's supposed to be. First session is live, and this is part of the driving exercise for the day called dynamic driving. And what we're doing is we have reorganized the track a little bit, introduced a few more bends in it. We're training for trail braking. We're doing a little bit of power oversteer. We're practicing ways of trying to do a correction if you oversteer. And really just trying to use the track in the best possible way, getting more familiar with our cars. Here we go, here's another Jonas. Dynamic driving.
Dynamic driving.
What is dynamic driving?
Dynamic driving is to take the edge out of, the over respect we have for the older 911s. And this is what we practice here today.
So it's about trail braking, oversteering, having fun.
Yeah, having fun. And I think especially the power lift-off, what happens when the car starts rotating. And because sometimes that's what you do when you do a mistake. You come in a little bit too fast, you don't know really what to do, you get off the throttle and perhaps even brake. This is what we're trying to give you an experience about.
So we're trying to make it a little bit less intimidating, get you more familiar with your car. And I'm here with Magnus after the first session of having a little bit of fun, trying to press the limits a little bit. Magnus, I saw you were kind of testing going backwards off the track. Was there a special intent or purpose with this maneuver, or what were you thinking?
Well, I mean, it is a great place to just try the limits, and it's not often you're allowed to be a hooligan. So today I tried to be a hooligan, and it worked.
Yeah, and being a hooligan can be really fun, and this is really also the purpose with what we're trying to do here. Establish where the limits are, try to go past them a little bit, go off the track backwards, so we know how to go faster forward.
Yeah.
Coming back in from a nice session is Ola.
Hello.
Did you try going off backwards as well?
Yes, I did some turnaround with the car, but that's good to try to use some of the limits.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah, absolutely. I learned how to push a little bit more and also to provocate the car to get the end to slide out in a more controlled way.
Yeah, and it's good doing this under these safe circumstances so you can really figure out where the limit is.
Absolutely, that's always useful. You will have a lot of that will be a good experience for the track you run later this day.
Yeah, really good, really good. And Ola is here, being a regular guest at this track with his mint condition 964 C2. Really nice. Between the sessions, Robin from Elite Projects, he gave us a little bit of a technical rundown, showing some parts. We also had Paul and Eric from JRZ Suspension giving us a rundown on how to really think about configuring and setting up your car really to make the most out of it. And I'm on board with Jonas. So it's Jonas and Jonas in an orange 964. That actually it looks like a 993, but it's actually a 964. Jonas, how did you come up with this idea of the Tribe Hangout?
Well, you know, I think we have a great thing together on the social media and a lot of friends, and this was more really a thing to try to how do we put everyone together? How do we do things together where we actually meet up? This is more of a compliment for all the other activities that we're doing. To meet up, hang out, have a good time, get inspired, and get to meet some new friends. That's really what it's all about.
And something I really like about it is that it aims towards anyone with a 964, whether you are really experienced or you're not as experienced and you're trying to learn some new stuff. It's really a community thing, and I could see how this came about with the social media, with the Facebook pages, and how people have really come together. And it's really cool to see that it's not only a Swedish event. There are people coming from Europe. Hopefully next year we can get even more Europeans coming here because of the restrictions maybe not being what they were this year.
Yeah, and we had, this year we had 26 foreign guests that were had pre-registered, but due to the COVID situation we had, they can't come. People from Scotland and the UK and France and Italy and Switzerland and Germany and Holland, but we look forward to see all you guys next year.
Because that's the good thing. This is the second Tribe Hangout. Last year was the first one, and there are more to come. So see you for that one. Jonas, before we go out of the car, do you mind explaining what has happened to your gear knob here?
I came out one day and suddenly there was a 6th gear.
Okay.
Just fantastic. I just got one.
Ah, that was easy.
Yeah,
it sounds like
fantastic.
a very inexpensive modification.
Yeah. I know. Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah.
You get lucky.
Well, the cool thing is that there is actually 6 gears in this car from this year. An international event it is, and I'm here with Chris. Chris, where are you from?
I'm from Germany, from Munich,
Okay.
south of Germany.
Okay, so you had some fun on the roads coming here, I guess?
Yeah, it was fun. It was the day in Germany between holidays and the highway was completely empty. And there's nothing left you can do than push the pedal to the metal.
No, I saw the clip of it. It looked like it was very quick, very fast.
Yeah, I mean, it started to get boring, and then I thought, let's play a little bit with my camera and
Yeah.
show the Swedish friends that also the German can go a little bit.
Yeah. So parental advisory: don't do this at home. So, what are you bringing with you?
I bring my yellow 964 Porsche, and I mean, yeah, it's a nice car. I like it. I love to drive it. I drive it everywhere. I drive it to Sweden. I drive it to the Alps.
That's good.
I go on Nordschleife with this car, and it gives me a lot.
Yeah,
It really gives me a lot.
it's a really nice one. It looks to be really fast, very inspired by DP Motorsport, with lightweight, which is a theme that, as you know, is something I really like.
You also like, yes?
Yes, I also like lightweight. So Christian, have you learned anything today?
Sure. I learned how nice Swedish friends and people are. Sure. I had a really warm welcome and everything that I can imagine.
Yeah.
To have 2 really great days here in Sweden. The first time of my life here in Sweden.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. And we hope to see much more 964 enthusiasts in the coming years. And what better opportunity for group photo than this? All the cars packed in a very orderly fashion, as you can see on the finish stretch. A little bit of a drone flyby footage opportunity as well. And after that, all the cars were driving in perfect formation down the track with a little bit of a photo session opportunity. Really good. And we have a C4 from Felix. So tell me a little bit about the off-road driving that you've been practicing today.
Well, it seems that I'm the only one that has all-wheel drive, well, I'm the only one that can go off-road and get back on track with that. So that was my plan. No, it was actually not planned. It was kind of slippery, it started to rain and then just spun off. Yes.
And do you feel that you've learned something from this?
You always learn something from this. I hope I get some more respect in the future, but yeah, there's some kind of little devil sitting on your shoulder, and you start driving fast and fast after a while again.
And it's good to identify where the limit is. So I was catching Felix just after this happened, and his wheel or his tire here was full of grass in between the rubber and the rim, but that magically disappeared.
I have not seen any grass anywhere.
That's good. Well, I like this car. This car looks very much like my car did when I originally bought it. A C4, nice looking with some good upgrades into it, and ready to go out onto the track again. So this was quite a treat sitting in Jonah's car here. I think my pulse has now come down to about 180, so give me a few minutes and I'll feel good. It was quite exciting as well. It feels like you're not really giving that much or leaving that much on the table when it comes to pushing. So I was thinking a little bit about a few of the corners here. Tell me a little bit how you're thinking as you're going through the first corner here, the Porsche S.
Well, I think the reason why you got the pulse is that we got a little bit too early on the throttle on the left-hander.
Yes, I could see that. It was a little bit of a correction
well,
there.
I think, yeah?
Yeah.
It went well.
Yeah, I was looking forward to mowing some grass there, but it didn't happen.
No. You need different equipment for that.
Yeah.
No, I think the Porsche S is very tricky, because when you go in, when you start driving the track, you both want to brake and shift down, but that sort of absolutely upsets your concentration. You lose a lot of momentum if you do two things. So if you just concentrate on calibrate the speed coming in and then go on the throttle, and then as you come into this, you brake in a straight line, and then you shift down and go progressively on the throttle. Not like we did. We did like that.
Yeah, you see the curbs coming closer to you, but you know that with some experience you'll avoid them. You've been driving together quite a lot, haven't you?
We have, but mainly on the Nürburgring. That's been the primary focus for us. So we've got to know each other quite well driving, and this is quite fun. This is a track I haven't driven with Jonas very much on. I've still got a lot to learn here. I see I do a number of mistakes, and some of you guys catch me up all the time. I've improved on a slight few bits here, but there's still a lot of room for improvement, so I will just keep on chugging. But it's great to have these guys to follow, because they spent much more time here. So
well, it felt like you had kept the tempo that was quite similar. You were obviously keeping the lead.
Yeah, I did.
Even though you're running from third gear up only this time, right?
Yeah, my second gear is out of function, so but I don't really need it here, actually.
Yeah, have carrying enough speed.
Yeah.
One thing that I really liked was in the slower corners down toward the very end, how you turned the car. You came in and you really just almost intimidated the car with really pushing the steering wheel in, so that you turned the car.
Yeah.
Because
that was what we've been practicing today,
I learned a lot.
Great.
And I increased my speed, and I could take another line, a faster line, using trail braking. I've never done it before really, but it felt really good. Nice practice session.
I really found those last slow corners down there. If you can drive these cars like a go-kart. I can turn with the throttle and the steering more or less and brake it in, and then you can just sway.
Really good driving. We're gonna do a lot more of it right now. And we continued on having a lot of fun at Ljungbyhed. Today, however, we are at Knutstorp, which is another course with a different characteristic. It has some elevation up and down. It has a different flow. Ljungbyhed is a more flat track with some really gnarly bends. It's really cool, actually. Knutstorp is not too far away from Ljungbyhed. And as you can see, we have a full house of 964s, 993s, and it's time for some fun driving. First things first, a little bit of exercise in the morning, walking the track, figuring out the bends, the turns, and discussing a little bit how we're taking the entries and so on. Jan-Erik, what do you think about this?
I think it's great if you have the time to walk the track first and try it and also discuss with the other drivers how to manage the best line and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's also good after a nice dinner yesterday to have a walking.
That's true. And it looks quite different walking a track.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have these walk-arounds where you drive out to the corner, you stop, you get out of the car, you have a look and so on. But it's quite different just walking the track. This track is 2.1 kilometers. So it's a little bit of a sturdy morning walk, but still a good one.
Yeah.
And the racing has started. We're starting off the morning with an exercise, where the exercise is that you will have a coach in the lead and you have 3 following cars, and they're supposed to be really tied up against the front car, and the exercise is about flow and momentum, making sure you keep the whole train moving, following exactly the same line. And this is an exercise to really get to know the track and also to keep that momentum up. Looking good. Jonas, it says coach on your car. What does that mean?
It means that me and some of the other guys, we are a bit more experienced. So we are trying to share with us the line and the momentum around the track for the ones that hasn't spent as much time as we have. So that's the coaching.
So you're riding up front and they're following as close as they can, trying to pick up your line, pick up the momentum.
Yeah, and we drive with the coach and 3 cars behind, and we change positions every 3rd lap. And as a coach, you are driving in the pace of the car that is just behind you. So if they're close, you speed up a bit, and if they're lacking, you slow down a little bit. But we've also, for different sessions, been trying different lines.
Here we have Jan-Erik coming in from a stent.
Hi
How
there.
was it?
Oh, it was great. Fantastic. It's a tough track. It's short, but it's up and down, turning all the time. They call it here in Sweden a mini version of the Green Hell in Germany. I'm actually a little how do you say in English? I don't know.
Motion sickness.
Yeah, exactly. So it's tough course.
Yeah, it's
very fun.
it's amazing when you manage to get yourself motion sickness with your own driving.
I think I have a super suspension in my car from JRZ, so I mean the car is really stuck on the track,
Yeah,
and so the G-forces are actually quite high.
Here's another interesting car that I wanted to capture a little chat with the driver. Hey André.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. I'm really happy with the day today. So far we have a lot more grip. We have some more suspension work we're gonna try, but otherwise it's not the car anymore, it's me. So just keep pushing.
That's good. The equipment is not setting the limitation, but
No,
the driver.
absolutely. The driver right now, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's good.
And we have sun outside, and yeah, it's nice.
And André is doing something a little bit special here today. He's actually testing out one of the first of the new active suspension from JRZ.
Yep.
So
everything is app controlled, and yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's got a little bit, and I'm very interested in this because I like technology. It's got a little bit of a box here that really calculates what's going on, how the car moves, and how the car pitches and jaws and so on. And it has valves in all the suspension, so that it can adjust the compression rate and the rebound of suspension, making it really truly adapted for the track. And I guess you're pretty happy with this.
Absolutely. So far it's perfect.
Yeah, good to hear. And we're just about done with the Tribe Hangout for this year. It was a really fun event. We had a lot of fun. We learned a lot about driving and had a lot of fun with our other brothers and sisters in the Porsche 964 community. I do look forward to next year's event where I will have my own car participating, and I will catch you then.